And we're back. Alright, welcome back everybody to Cloud Yelling with Upset Tugboat. Tonight we got some news for ya. Yeah. Some good, some not bad, and something fun. I am your host, UpsetTugboat38. What do I usually do in these intros? I guess that was it. Alright, so let's get started. First, with from Video Games Chronicle. Subnautica2 2 million in 12 hours with over 600k concurrent players. That's 600,000. Despite a troubled development cycle, the game has enjoyed a hugely successful launch. Yeah, 2 million in 12 hours, that's pretty good, I'd say. Who's this by? Jordan Midler. Very middling. Subnautica has sold sequel to the massively popular survival game and entered early access on Thursday. Just over 1 hour after the game's release, Subnautica X account posted an announcement that the game had sold over 1 million copies in 1 hour, huh? That is impressive. So the first game was like hugely popular too, so yeah. I guess it stands to reason. Just hours later, developer Unknown Worlds announced that the game had sold over 2 million copies in just 12 hours, as the game topped the charts around the world. According to Steam database, the game managed to peak Steam concurrent players count of 467,000 players. This makes Subnautica 2 the game with the 29th highest concurrent players count in Steam history. Wow, well, the 29th. Like, not closer to 1, I guess. Wow, what a loser. Anyone can make 29th highest on this. Okay. This number doesn't include players who are playing Subnautica 2 via Xbox Game Preview or via the Epic Game Store, according to a press release from Unknown Worlds. The peak concurrent player count across all platforms has toppled 651,000. Before the game's release, Subnautica 2 development cycle was mired in a legal saga that saw the leadership team of developer Unknown Worlds fired. Earlier this year, publisher Krafton was accused of ignoring a court order by announcing to staff that the game was releasing in May, despite such decisions seemingly being the responsibility of newly reinstated CEO Ted Gill. Old Gill, at it again. Ugh. Gill, co-founder and creative director Charlie Cleveland, and co-founder and technical director Max McGuire were fired by Krafton last year, with the publisher accusing the trio of an absence of core leadership and claiming it felt a profound sense of betrayal by their failure to honor their trust placed in them by our fans. Basically, that's just corporate speak for we were going to give them more money than we wanted to, so we just got rid of them instead. It's basically what it boils down to. Because of old Gil. If you remember, like from The Simpsons, how Gil, he was the character that was the multi jobbed kid. What? I guess he like took over for the Lionel Hutz. He was yeah. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with what we're talking about. The three claimed, however, that Krafton had. It sounds like a macaroni, like sort of like the Kraft macaroni thing that the Krafton makes me think of, like that Kraft macaroni. I guess because it has the word Kraft in it. The three claimed, however, that Krafton had betrayed them by firing them right before delaying Subnautica 2, a move that move they allege was designed to deliberately prevent its early access release and avoid its selling well enough to trigger a $250 million bonus for the development team. And that's it for that. That was a short article. But yeah. There you go. Subnautica2 sells big. Kind of reminds me of how Bethesda, they sort of cheated money from out of, was it Obsidian? For the Half-Life New Vegas. Like they, like Bethesda was promising they'd give like a bonus to a Half-Life New Vegas or to Obsidian if Half-Life New Vegas got a score. I think it was like a 5 or a 3.5 or something, like a high score on one specific website. What was the website? I forgot what it was. But anyway, it got just like it was supposed to get like a 4.5 or something, but instead it got a 4.4 or 4.3 or something. So Bethesda just decided that not to hand over the rest of the money. And that was like a big controversy thing back in the day. And so yeah, that's it for Subnautica 2. But yeah, that's congratulations on the 2 million in only 12 hours. What are the scores for the game? I'd like to see that. Like, what was it getting? It's like Subnautica 1 was pretty good. Then I know like the Below Zero was less than well received, but still good enough. And I guess I have nothing more to say. I was hoping this would be a bit longer, but all right, that's fine. That's good. And we'll end it there, and we'll go to the next thing. Speaking of corporations, speaking of corporations being unfair to the developers and consumers, the bill to block publishers from killing online games advances in California. This is from Ars Technica. By Kyle Orland. Publishers will have to offer independent play, patch, or refunds after server shutdowns. A bill focused on maintaining long-term playable access to online games has passed out of the California Assembly's Appropriations Committee, setting up a floor vote by the full legislative body. Yeah. What? I don't get how like bureaucracy has to be so unnecessarily complex. Like it just wastes time, and like why there's just so many steps. Like just look at the bill and either implement it or not. The advancement is major win for Stop Killing Games, grassroots game preservation movement, and comes over the objections of industry lobbyists at the Entertainment Software Association. Yeah, and their objections being that they can't gouge more money out of the customers, because it would force game companies to keep their games playable after they shut it down. Like after they shut down their servers for the live service, which they want to shove into every game because they can get more money out of you that way. And the reason being they do that is that because if they shut down the servers, like the game is now unplayable, so now you have to buy the new game and then re-buy all the stuff you bought from the previous game that you can no longer play. Which, yeah. And so this bill, this Stop Killing Games, wants to essentially just make them stop doing that. Like, treat the customers fairly. California's Protect Our Games Act, as currently written, would require digital game publishers to cut off support for an online game to either provide a full refund to players or offer an updated version of the game that enables its continued use independent of service controlled by the operator. The act would also require publishers to notify players 60 days before the cessation of services, or cessations, is it the same thing, I guess, necessary for the ordinary use of the digital game. Currently amended, the act would not apply to completely free games and games offered solely for the duration of a subscription. Any other game offered for sale in California or on or after January 1st, 2027 will be subject to the law if it passes. Battle of the interest groups. This week's 11-2 committee vote to advance the Project Our Games Act is being trumpeted by Stop Killing Games, SKG, the UK-based player advocacy group that was formed after the 2024 shutdown of Ubisoft's The Crew. SKJ wrote last month that it advised on the drafting of the bill before it was first introduced by Assemblyman Chris Ward earlier this year. This is all boring stuff about the bill, I guess. Back shortly before Christmas, when I flew to US to help set up SKJ US, I didn't expect us to get this far this quickly. SKJ's Monitz Katzner wrote on Reddit after the committee vote. It had been an honor to take part in the drafting of this bill on behalf of SKG community, gamers, developers, and publishers alike. In a formal statement of support for the bill sent to the California legislature, SKG wrote that there is no other medium in which a product can be marketed and sold as to a customer and then ripped away without notice. Well, more and more companies are trying to do that now that everything has like an online component. Like even your refrigerator has to have online, has to be online, has to download patches, and yeah, it's really getting out of control. As live service games rise in popularity for game developers and gamers alike, end-of-life procedures are essential tools to ensure prolonged access to the games consumers pay to enjoy. The Entertainment Software Association, which helps represent the interests of major game publishers, publicly told the California Assembly last month that the bill misrepresents how modern game distribution actually works. Really, how so? Do tell. Giant mega corporations that want to keep gouging customers, tell us how this is a bad thing. Consumers receive a license to access and use a game, not an unrestricted ownership interest in the underlying work. Well, I think that's the problem right there, is that you're not selling them a product, you're essentially renting something to them that can be yanked away from them at any time. Like, nobody wants that. Don't do that. The ESA wrote, the eventual shutdown of outdated or obsolete games is a natural feature of modern software. No, it's not. It's not a natural feature. It's actually an artificial feature they shoved into it when they figured out they could gouge more money out of people if they shut off their games and make new ones they have to pay more for and rebuy everything for. The group added, especially when that software requires online infrastructure maintenance. Well, not if you make it single player and offline single player, then it doesn't really need to be maintained by you. The ESA also said the bill would impose unreasonable expectations on publishers regarding licensing rights or music or IP rights, which are often negotiated on and time limit basis. Don't give it a time limit basis. Like, this is not a new thing that developers have had to deal with before. Like, this stuff's been in games for ages and ages. Like, even before they made them into everything into live service games. Like, a license, you don't have to patch something out because the license ends. Like, you don't renew it. Just negotiate a better licensing for this. Yeah, okay. A legal requirement to keep games playable indefinitely could place publishers in an impossible position, forcing them to renegotiate licenses indefinitely or alter games in ways that may not be legally or technically feasible, they wrote. Again, that's not true. They've been doing it for ages before this stuff started happening. Just go back to that. Last month, also, I'd like to see an example of this happening, by the way. Like, they're not really, or at least I haven't seen them put forth some kind of example of where a company got into legal issues for some sort of legal issues because of any of these reasons they have brought forth. Last month, the Protect Our Games Act also received positive votes from the California Assembly's Privacy and Consumer Protection and Judiciary Committees, but the bill still faces significant hurdles in the getting majority passage in the full California Assembly and the California Senate before being sent to California Governor Gavin Newsom for signature. Oh, that is a long process for just to get a new law implemented. Do you really need all of that? Still, the current legislative process in California has to be heartening for the Stop Killing Games movement, which has seen its momentum in the UK stall a bit after the UK Parliament debate on game preservation last November. Yeah. And I guess that's it. That's it for that. Yeah, so there you go. I don't just well, I guess I don't really have much more to say now. So just stop killing games. It's not that hard. But yeah, anyway, I think I would like to see this pass because I want to see what kind of effect that's going to have on the industry. Like, is this not going to be a negative thing overall? At least not for the consumers. Unless, of course, like the companies do the thing where they try to find loopholes, try to sidestep it, and just look for more ways to gouge out every penny out of your wallet. Well, there you go. That's that. Hey, what's next? From Gizmodo, Peter Jackson sure wants to do more Lord of the Rings movies, by Justin Carter. Warner Bros. And Jackson don't want to stop at just 2 more Lord of the Rings movies, but will Tolkien's estate and fans let them continue? That's a good question, because so far the only Lord of the Rings thing that came out in the past, 10 years or so? Or, man, when did The Hobbit come out? Was that 10 years ago now? I don't know. Anyway, the last thing that came out was the Rings of Power, and that was just so horrendous. Like, do people did even care about Lord of the Rings now after that? Well, yeah, I guess because the movies sort of transcend all of that, all of the lesser stuff. So, yeah, I get if they put another movie like a Peter Jackson directed movie, it's probably going to do well in the theaters. And hopefully, if old Peter maintains his integrity on keeping to the spirit of the works of Tolkien, then he could probably crank out something decent. Hopefully. While Amazon's got Middle-earth on TV, Warner Bros. Is working to bring Lord of the Rings back to the big screen. We already know 2 movies are coming, but Peter Jackson and the studio are already looking to dive even further into J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy world. During a recent Deadline interview, Jackson was asked how much gas the IP had left in the tank. The filmmaker noted, "The appendices are gonna run dry sooner or later, and he'd love to focus on Tolkien's books. that would actually make great movies. In the past, the biggest obstacle was Tolkien's son, Christopher, who edited 24 volumes of his father's work and didn't care for their cinematic versions. But after Christopher's passing in 2020, the rights for those other books were up for grabs. And also, that's when the Rings of Power was started to get made. After Christopher kept now that he was guarding them from all the vultures, but now that he's gone, there's nobody left to protect him. So that's how you get Rings of Power, and that's how we're going to get like movie after movie, and it's just going to get milked to oblivion, just like all the other IPs. Passing into the right sections, it mentions both the Silmarillion and unfinished tales as material he thinks is right for the film. According to him, the younger Tolkiens now running the estate are much more open to the Lord of the Rings books being adapted. I'm sure they are very open to cranking out more money from all these works of their grandfather. He and the studio are currently in talks with those board members to license rights to some of the other books, and it's something he's really looking forward to. Jackson Kentley said, "It'd be nice to get away from the appendices and get something a bit more meatier." Yeah, I heard they were or I guess they are doing a sequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy for some reason. Even though everything was wrapped up pretty nicely, because they just want to trudge up everything that was put to rest and, I don't know, break it all just for a sequel, a quick cash-in sequel. Jack's comments are hardly surprising given WB's moves to dominate the fantasy market with Rings and Game of Thrones movie. The question, as Deadline understandably asks, is whether fans will go along with it, as they generally did with the Hobbit trilogy. We'll have to wait for Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum on December 17, 2027. Oh, next year. That's not too far away. Well, I guess it's a year and a half away. But I guess in terms of movies, that's not that... Never mind. And Lord of the Rings, Shadows of the Past. Sometime later, yeah, that's the sequel one. Yeah, this Hunt for Gollum thing is like supposed to be some kind of midquel. Like it takes place right in the middle of Fellowship of the Ring, right when Gandalf goes to look for the ring. He hunts like between when Gandalf leaves the Shire to when he comes back. That's when it's supposed to be taking place, which is kind of a very weird time placement for to put another movie, like in the middle of another movie. Like what do you do there then? Do you just like, if you're watching like Fellowship of the Rings, you have to like pause halfway in, watch Hunt for Gollum, then resume Fellowship? Like how's that gonna work? I think it was a bad idea to do this. And a sequel as well, because again, everything was wrapped up very nicely and everyone had a nice ending. You don't want to ruin that with a sequel. Well, like a cynically made cash-in sequel, at least. Is that it? That's it. What do you say? What are the comments saying? The moon is cheese. Tolkien Estate is a crossroads as Hobbit and Lord of the Rings become public domain in 2044. Posthumous work will stay copyrighted as Christopher Tolkien had a hand in their authorship and everything. I don't want to read all that. That's I'm bored already. Nah, I guess it's more back information. Christopher Tolkien had in authorship, but everything else J.R.R. Tolkien publishes in his lifetime will be fair game. Anyone will be able to adapt the First Age material, including the Lord of the Rings, which means that lesser adaptations of the material will be made. Yes, such is the way it works, I guess. They can either choose to let that happen or hand over the rights under stricter conditions to see that the material is adapted properly and a pile of cash, whatever they choose. I can just hope it's done with respect. Just guessing. Shakespeare had been public domain for centuries, yet few have produced new works based on his original characters, though frequently his themes have been mined. See Forbidden Planet, for example, or West Side Story, many others. I guess that's an interesting point. So it goes public domain in 2044, huh? Wasn't Superman supposed to be going public domain? Didn't it already happen? Is it coming up or did it already happen? I forget. Is nobody trying to make their own Superman? Or is it coming up? I think it's coming up. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know what? I would, you know what? I would have more faith in just throwing it to the audience. So make it public domain and let the fans make their works of Tolkien. You could probably do something. I mean, yeah, like one of them has to make something decent, right? Well, look, I think fans can make decent things too. Like I don't know if you've seen any of the news fan-made Star Wars stuff. Like a lot of it is like much better than what Disney can produce. So yeah, I think they should just let it go public domain. Yeah, like Zorro is already public domain, right? And they made a pretty good movie with Zorro. So yeah, kind of a not so good sequel, but yeah, there you go. That's that. And what else? Next story. Something a little surprising, kind of, because there's been like so much talk about, like there's been so much run around about the talk of a new Star Trek series happening with 7 and 9 as captain. So yeah, I was kind of surprised to see this, because like last I heard that they were not going to go through with this. So let's take a look. From Bleeding Cool, Captain 7 of 9 in new Star Trek series in September 2026. Wow, this year already. They must have been working on it for the past secretly. They must have been working on it secretly for the past few years. By who's this by? It is by. Who's this by? Rich Johnston. See Captain 7 and 9 standing on your comic store for the new Star Trek. Oh, probably. Okay, that makes more sense now. It's going to be a comic. Article summary. Am I reading that part? New Star Trek September 2026 launches from IDW with an ongoing #1 led by Captain 7 and 9 aboard USS Enterprise G. IDW is pitching retailer exclusive Star Trek #1 covers earlier, including customizable comic shop variant for stores. Christopher Cantwell and Dennis Menhier kick off a mystery-driven mission beyond unknown space for Avatar refugees. New Star Trek 1 arrives 27 multiple cover plus. So yeah, it's just a comic. IDW Publishings are launching in new Star Trek #1 ongoing series September 2026, and they are telling folks well in advance to arrange some very special retailer exclusive covers for comic book stores that want to participate. And it goes back to the very first retailer exclusive cover delivery launched in Godzilla #1 at 11. Alright, so a comic. Yeah, they're in a comic store. Ha ha ha. See? Was this made by AI or? Because like, I guess that's always gonna be an underlying thing. Like, is people are going to accept AI art in comics? Because as well as commissioned an original piece of art for a retailer exclusive edition Star Trek #1 for a lot less money, you can get. Okay, so this is about the comic. I see. Well, what's this? Their mission is new, their legacy is not, with 7 of 9 as captain of Enterprise G, set after the events of Star Trek Picard. From the pen of fan favorite writer Christopher Cantwell, I never heard of him. Star Trek Defiant Star Trek writer, again, never heard of him. And the brush of psychedelic standout Dennis Menhier. There's Little Nightmares. He did Little Nightmares? Comes the launch of an all-new flagship, and this time we're busting out of the 4 quadrants. The Enterprise G is on a desperate mission beyond the unknown galaxy to relocate a dying Avaran people when its crew finds a perfect new home in the region of unknown space called the Epsilon Corridor. 3 pristine Class M worlds, the Trinity, awaits the refugees. No signs of civilization, no detectable threats, a colorless dream. But the dream fractures fast when Captain 7 of 9 and her divided, fast-tracked crew begin exploring the Trinity. They uncover disturbing contradictions, vanished structures, inexplicable artifacts, time skips, and evidence of a presence Starfleet's century-old probes never detected. Each world houses a different ecosystem, different physics problems, and different secrets, as if they've been curated or coordinated. But from who or what? The first arc of Star Trek delivers a prestige, mystery-driven, high-stakes psychological thriller of an opening salvo. New worlds, new species, new existential threats. Anchored by 7, Jack, and Crash LaForge. Why is her name Crash? Did you see like the main engineering guy? You probably don't want to call her Crash. Like it doesn't. Yeah. Fighting to keep the missions together as the galaxy's oldest ghosts awaken. Be part of 7 of 9's first mission as captain. A new Star Trek #1 is here. Join the crew. See the new unexplored territories and quadrants. A fan requested series with the new titles incoming soon. Action adventure, first story, blah 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 blah. I guess that's the. Yeah, I don't think that was AI generated. Ugh. No, I don't like that art style. Not for Star Trek, anyway. Or not for like a live action to a comic transition. That I don't think that works. But yeah, there you go. Comic. Yeah. Remember comics? Remember when they used to be a big thing that people cared about? Before they invented TV or something? I don't know, what do you think? Are you excited? Do you read comics anymore? I guess that's why I never heard, because last I heard they were not going through with the series, so I guess they just decided to go to put it into a comic book instead. Okay. I know. I never much cared for the Kurtzman era Trek. Although that brief synopsis kind of that sounds interesting. Like it sounds like that could be like an episode of like a Star Trek episode. Probably not gonna read it because I'm not a comic book guy really. But there you go. What do you think? Comment below, let me know. Alright, let's continue. Go away, ads. Go away. I don't want to buy a car, go away. And again from Bleeding Cool. James Cameron, Avatar 4 and 5, half the time, 2/3 the cost. Well, I'm glad that they're cutting the time down. I think that would help the movies a lot. By Caitlin Booth. When the credits rolled on Avatar Fire and Ash, it very much felt like this whole thing was coming to an end. No, it didn't. It really felt like it was setting up a sequel. It's like nothing was really resolved. They kind of just did the whole last act of Avatar 2 over again. And so it was kind of left the same way as Avatar 2 was left as well. It turned out to be intentional because this was not one story told over 5 movies, but rather a trilogy and a duology that are deeply connected. It also meant that everyone involved with the projects and the fans could have some level of closure with the Fire and Ash, while knowing there could be more on the way with Avatar 4 and 5. What was closed? What arc was completed? What plotline was finished in Avatar 3? Well, I'm waiting. Come on, article, tell me. Go on. Alright. Yeah, these are what the movies are, in case you forgot. At the moment, there are 2 more films on the docket, but the way people have been talking about them is nebulous at best. Producer Ray Sanchini was the last to give us an update, and that was last month. It sounded like things were gearing up for Avatar 4 and 5. However, this whole has always and will always rely on director James Cameron. He was recently on the Empire Film podcast via Variety and revealed that he does want to do the films, but he wants to do them much more efficiently, both budget and timeline-wise. You know, I'll be doing some writing. I've got a number of projects that I'm cooking, Cameron explained, and Avatar 4 and 5 are still floating out there. We're going to be looking at some new technologies to try to do them more efficiently, because they're hideously expensive and take a long time. I want to do them in half the time for 2/3 the cost. Oh, he's talking about the production time and cost, not the actual movie time. Well, that's my metric, and so it's going to take us a year or so to figure out how to do that. He's going to use AI, isn't he? That'll probably reduce the cost significantly behind the craft. It's good that he's looking for a cheaper, more efficient way to make these movies. The Avatar movies needed to do well to make back the years of pre-production costs and their massive budgets. Cameron figured out this tech the first time around. Now it's time to refine it even more before jumping for 2 more films. At the time of writing, Avatar 4 has a release date of December 21st, 2029. And Avatar 5 has a release date of December 19th, 2031. Well, that's a ways away. is anybody even going to care about that? Well, no, of course they will. It's gonna. The exact same thing is going to happen again with Avatar 4 and 5. Nobody's going to care about it until the day it arrives in the theater, and it'll last about 2 weeks, and then it will die out again, and then 5 will repeat the cycle. And yeah, there you go. There's plenty of time for everyone to get their ducks in a row and even give Cameron a bit of a break from this film series specifically. You don't want too much of a break because people are gonna... The hype's gonna die down a bit too much. Is that it? That is it for the article. I don't know, what do you think? Are you excited for Avatar 4 and 5? Want more 3-hour movies of just meandering on and not really coming to any satisfying conclusion? Yeah, I don't know, yeah, Avatar. I don't know, I've always thought that Avatar should have just been like or they should just make a series rather than movies. I think it'll work better that way. He seems to want to like cram in a whole bunch of lore and stuff about his Avatar world, which doesn't really work too well for a movie, even if it is like a 3-hour long. Well, I mean, especially if it's 3 hour long, because like again, it's just gonna go. It just goes on and on and on, and you don't really get a break from it, which is not a good thing for a movie, especially when you have like you set up a story already, and the audience wants the story to continue, but no, you're taking all this time talking about Ava and the head tail things and the turning into humans, or humans turning into avatars things, and then the story gets swept to the side, and that's like the pacing that's really bad for pacing, which is why it should be like a series. Like you can have like a contained story in one episode, and also have like the extra, or add in like extra bits about the world for world building. But what do I know? I'm not really a movie maker, am I? I guess technically you could call me a writer. Yeah. But anyway, what do you think? Is Avatar gonna be any good? This video's getting a bit too long. Kind of strayed from the main idea of it. Alright. Avatar 2, 4 and 5, what are your thoughts? And, well, I guess, what do you say, he was making like a news story? I feel like why do you say something about like it wasn't going to focus on the regular story, they're gonna do a new I forgot what do you say about that? I don't know, something that like Avatar was never meant to be one storyline across 5 movies or something, some kind of excuse like that to abandon the Jake family storyline, which I'm okay with. Like I would like to do more exploring of this world, and maybe do like a story about the human side of it. Like, what do they think about their world going? Their world is dying, and they have to live here now. And like, let's look at the other perspectives. Let's look at what other tribes are out there. What's this air tribe with the flying monsters, or like flying balloon monsters in the airships? Like, what's going on with them? Maybe we can explore some more stuff around the world, right? That'd be nice. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I know a tugboat can dream. Anyway. Alright. And lastly, for today, no, don't need to load an advertisement. From comicbook.com, all new LEGO sets launching in June 2026. Complete price and release list. Alright, let's see what's coming up in the LEGO world. By Sam Watanuki. Yeah. Apparently summer kicks off with LEGO this year because June 26 is absolutely stacked. Yeah, get it? Because Legos, and you stack the Legos, or you put the... Yeah, I get it. The undeniable headliner is the long-awaited Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith as a 8,000-piece Colossus that is the largest Middle-earth LEGO set ever made. Really? That is interesting. That's just the start, though. Shrek is finally getting a LEGO treatment. Can we let Shrek die yet? I don't know. I think Shrek is way past his prime. Let him go. Let him go. Getting a treatment for his 25th anniversary. Harry Potter fans are getting a massive new wing of Hogwarts Castle. Right, because there's a new Harry Potter coming up soon, isn't there? Harry Potter remake series. Fast and Furious gearheads have 2 new Technic builds to chase, and Bluey is back with brand new Wave, and Shield. Helicarrier is back and bigger than ever. June 2026 quite literally has something for everyone. Interesting. Full breakdowns below, including pieces, release dates, launching June. All sets expected to launch June 1st, 2026. Unless otherwise noted. You'll also want to sign up for a LEGO Insider's account, take full advantage of any alongside June and the exclusive including the exclusive Grand gift with purchase. Was that like an add-on for the Minas Tirith set? Available with the purchase of the Minas Tirith set of LEGO Insiders members from June 1st to 7th. So it's like a timed exclusive. I don't like that. I don't like timed exclusives. It's like if I want to, like, I need time to get that money together to buy a thing, and by the time I get the money, the thing is gone. I don't like that. So anyway, LEGO icons and other. Okay, so first up, the Minas Tirith. Wow. Ooh, look at that. That is pretty big. Yeah, it's got the big spire thing the guy leapt off of. And the others, all the guards. Where's the trebuchets? Alright, what else do you get? Oh, you get a little cart and a chicken in a bucket. That's funny. How do you get these? How many guards do you get for it? And there's. That's. No, the Sean Bean. Well, Sean Bean be dead by then, but. No, it's not Boromir. It has to be Aramir, right? I don't know. It kind of looks like Boromir. I mean, I can see you could put Boromir in there, but nah, this is probably Aramir. And here's your Elwyn. Here's your Aragorn. There's Denethor. And Gandalf the White. And little Pippin. Master of the Tower Guard indeed. Ha 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 ha. Okay. June's icon lineup is headlined by the set fans of Middle-earth have been dreaming about for years. Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith is the largest LEGO Lord of the Rings set ever built, with 8,278 pieces, recreating the iconic White City of Gondor in the extraordinary detail. LEGO Insiders get an early access starting June 1st to 3rd, ahead of the general June 4 release, and To celebrate in proper fashion, LEGO is offering the Grand GWP Massive Orc Battering Ram free for insiders who purchase Minas Tirith from June 1st to 7th. While supplies last. For the 25th anniversary of Shrek, beloved DreamWorks Ogre makes his long overdue LEGO debut. Shrek Donkey and Puss in Boots is a 1,400 piece collector build featuring large-scale buildable figures of Shrek and Donkey alongside a Puss in Boots minifigure. Both Shrek sets are exclusive to LEGO.com and LEGO stores. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's in this style. I don't like this style. Wait a minute, that's not Puss in Boots. What is... Or is it... Oh, I guess they don't have a picture of it, do they? Oh, I see. Well, this is like the Lego Brickheads. Yeah, I don't particularly like these guys. They're kind of like Lego Funko Pops. I don't really like Funko Pops. Joining the Shrek Icons build is the small but charming Shrek Donkey and Gingy Bricks heads, which packs 3 characters into one set. Also launching in June are 2 more Brickheads editions. Alice in Wonderland Brickhead. A Megatron robot and vehicle Brickhead. I like to see that. Well, what's that Megatron one look like? Nah. No, but it doesn't transform, does it? No, you have to like build his vehicle form and him, so... But anyway. Next is Lego Harry Potter. Oh, look, another Hogwarts. So is this the movie Hogwarts, or is this the series Hogwarts, the upcoming series? Oh no, I guess it's the regular one, the movie one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the ghosts who are trapped for all eternity inside a castle forever, having to be annoyed by teenagers every day for the rest of eternity. I guess I got everybody, the whole cast. Draco, you got the Draco, you got the... I don't know who that is. Oh, you got the Phoenix, and there's the Harry Potter team. There's the... I don't know who they are. And, oh, the guy, what's his name? Flashheart. No, that's not him. It was... Or was that him? Nah, I don't know. The guy who went nuts. Like, stole other people's adventure stories, and then he used a mind deletion spell and accidentally hit himself, and now he's crazy forever. That was his comeuppance. Harry Potter fans have a big June wave to look forward to. The headliner is the Hogwarts Castle East Wing, a massive new addition to the modular Hogwarts Castle system. The wave also leans into the botanicals format with Hogwarts herbology plants, along with the book nook format of Dumbledore's office. So it's just a module of a bigger thing, is it? So they're gonna make like more like the whole castle? What do they have already? Addition to the modular Hogwarts castle systems. What do they have already? It'd be pretty cool if they make like the whole castle, and like the like modular, of course, like they could sell it in pieces. Oh, and they're the Lego Marvel, the Helicarrier. Oh, look, there's the part where they blew up the one engine in that movie, the Avengers movie. Oh, and there's... Oh, you got all the Avengers here. June is a big month. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. The crown jewel is S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, bringing the first major update to its classic setup since 2015. Now, build to UCS style standards with 3,000 piece and 6 minifigures, including Nick Fury, Hawkeye, Captain America, and more. Well, who's the more? 3 additional Spider-Man brand new day sets around out the wave ahead of the film's summer release. Ooh. Well, who do we got? There's Hawkeye, there's Winter Soldier, and Lady. And who is he? What's his name? Colt? Agent Colt? What's the guy's name? I forgot his name. But the agent guy who gets stabbed in the back by Loki. And then is the catalyst for all the team members coming together to fight him. And yeah, there's the Hawkeye with his bow and arrow. And the rest. Ooh, big car. Lego Technic Fast and Furious gearheads and franchise fans are in for a treat with 3 new Fast and Furious Technic builds. The Dodge Charts RT is the bigger, more complex of the two. A 1500 piece 18 plus collector build. I have to be 18 to build this one. Okay. Of Dom Toretto's iconic muscle car. The Mitsubishi Eclipse is a more accessible 872-piece version of Brian's beloved ride from the original film, while the Toyota Supra MK4 sits at a nice 900-piece of blah 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 blah. Looks kind of like the Batmobile from The Batman. Yeah, he just like put some little bat wings at the end of there and it looks just like it. Yeah. Oh, I guess that's for all you Fast and Furious fans. Lego Star Wars. Oh, another helmet. Man, I'm kind of tired of helmets. What's this of? Pale Remnant ATRT driver. What a driver trooper, I guess. June Star Wars release adds the growing helmet collection with the Imperial Remnants ATRT driver. What is it? ATRT? I don't know what that is. I never heard of that. There's a sleek new addition for display fans. Imperial Remnant or ATRT driver helmet. Is that like a Mandalorian and Grogu thing that's going to be in the movie? I'm going to assume Jurassic World. Ooh, Triceratops skeleton. Follow up on the beloved T-Rex skeleton. Lego is releasing the second entry in its dinosaur fossil display series. The Dinosaur Fossils Triceratops is a 1100-piece adult collector set that recreates one of the cinema's most iconic dinosaurs in striking skeletal form. Huh. That's pretty cool. And is that it? Oh, Lego Bluey. Y'all know Bluey, right? I guess it's world famous thing that people never heard of, kind of deal. Bluey is back. 3 new sets launching in June 1st expand the beloved Australian animated series into new territory. The highlight is Brick-Built Blue Family, the first non-4+ Bluey set featuring buildable figures of the whole Healer family. 2 smaller 4+ sets round out the wave with Bingo and Bluey's beloved Granny personas, and school play set introducing Rusty as new beloved Granny personas. They take on the persona of grandmas. Is that what that is? Is that what that sheet is? Nah. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Lego Disney. A pig. Yeah, there you go. 2+ of Disney characters get the large brick-built figure treatment June. Joining the wave Disney figure fans. I noticed they don't name them. He doesn't name them in the caption. Because that's how beloved they are. How well known they are. Lego Architecture. And it's the Big Apple. Get it? Because New York. They call it a big apple for some reason. There's the Empire State Building and the Freedom Tower. That's where you go to get your freedom. And there you go. Big apple. How many pieces is it? $140. Yeah, Legos are just super expensive nowadays. Lego ideas. Oh, Snoopy. Snoopy and his bird friend. They're writing a fanfic together. I guess that's his fanfic of him fighting the Red Baron. Nah. Peanuts fans have a treat incoming with the June release of Peanuts, Snoopy's Doghouse. A charming build celebrating one of the most beloved comic strip characters of all time. $90, by the way. How many pieces? Doesn't say how many pieces. Doesn't look like very many pieces. I don't know. Looks pretty cute. Like Snoopy. His little bird friend. Woodstock. There you go. Lego Creator 3-in-1. Oh, I like those. I like those 3-in-1s. Because you can like build 3 things with them. 9 new Creator 3-in-1s set launch in June, ranging from a large pirate ship to forest animals. So I'm guessing this is a forest animal, not a pirate ship. Can I see a pirate ship? You don't have a pirate ship? Okay, never mind. What are the other 3? Just animals and pirate ships? Okay. Or are these them? Pirate ship, forest animal, gray wolf, underwater adventure. Oh. What's the underwater adventure? Oh. Oh, it's a Minecraft thing, is it? Eh. I don't know. I never really liked Minecraft Legos. I don't know. Something about it just seems wrong. I don't know why. You wouldn't think so, but there it is. And Lego City. Ooh, I like the Lego City. Mountain bike adventure van. That's it? Okay. Yeah, it's a van with mountain bikes in it, and you go on adventures. Okay, next. Oh, Fortnite, of course. That thing refuses to die. Well, I guess it is horrifically popular, so it isn't going to die out for a very, very, very long time. Probably never. Actually. Kind of like World of Warcraft. It's never going to actually die. It will just... It will continue on forever. Even as it decays. Its skeleton will still stalk the annals of the internet for ages to come. Anyway, we got... is that it? Oh, that's it. The Rave Cave. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Interesting. I kind of like the Snoopy one there. I think it's gonna, but I think it's gonna be like very small, and I don't think I could justify a $90 price for that. And the skeleton's pretty cool. The Triceratops and the helicarrier looks pretty cool. It's interesting. And the Harry Potter castle, that's pretty nice. Oh, and they got the basilisk there too. Nice details. But yeah. I think this is the one that I want out of all of them. Like the most out of all of them. The big Minas Tirith. Because if you had like the big Mordor, or no, the tower, what was it called? The big eye tower. That'd be a nice additional piece for your whole collection. To like put on a table and let gather dust. Or have your cat chew on it. But yeah, there you go. What are you looking forward to? Looking forward to anything on the horizon of Lego? Let me know in the comments. Excuse me as I stretch. Alright. And yeah. And there we go. That was that. That was the Legos. I guess that's everything for Cloud Yelling for this week. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for joining me tonight, and have a good week ahead of you. But remember, keep yelling at those clouds, because they deserve it.